Today I have an awesome video for you about the Argent Flight, and in this video I will tell you how to get a good start, what technologies to research, and which 4 strategy cards are the best ones for this faction. But before you even make your first move in this game, you have to make 2 important and irreversible decisions. The first one is what are your starting technologies going to be, and where to put your structures in your home system, because you shouldn't just place both your space dock and your PDS on the same planet. First I will address your starting units, and a little later I will talk about what technologies to start with and what your general technology path should be. Before you place both your space dock and your PDS on a single planet, you should have a look at your faction technology called the Array Hololattice. So in the first round you should gain control of 3 systems, build 2 mechs in your home system and use their special ability. Next I'll show how the first round can go with the Warfare strategy card, and after that I will look more into technology and which ones you should research. If you can get it, go for the Warfare strategy card, not to grab an extra system as you often use this card to do, but to help you reinforce your newly taken systems with a few mechs. So this is what I suggest you to do. As your first action, you gain control of this system out here, because it got a 3 resource planet on it, and if you're lucky one of the other players has picked the construction strategy card, and you want to place a space dock out here so you can produce even more units. Then as your second action, you activate your home system and build 2 mechs for the 4 resources they cost, 3 of them on those planets, and the last one is on Sarween tools. And now the construction player probably plays his strategy card, so you want to do the secondary of that and place a space dock out here. Then as your third action, you play the Warfare strategy card and gain this token back, and you also unlock the system so you can move out. And as your fourth action, you can move out here with one of your destroyers, 1 infantry and 1 mech. And now you have defended this system a little bit better, and you also get to explore this hazardous planet with a mech on it, and if you're lucky then you get either a trade good, a command counter, or you get to ready this planet, which is always good. And as your last action, you activate out here, and then you can move your other destroyer, your mech, and an infantry out here. And now you have gained control of 3 systems, and you have made sure to defend them even better because you have a few mechs on them instead of just a destroyer and an infantry on it. And if you want, then you can go for Megator Rex in round 2 and score that juicy extra victory point. And now that you have a space dock out here, then whenever you choose to produce more infantry, you can use your agent to place those infantry on any of those planets in this system or the adjacent systems. And that means that both of your destroyers are basically free to move to new systems and bring both the mech and infantry along with them. And with this, I think you have gotten a fairly good first round. As one of the final tips, I will demonstrate how you can use leadership to gain control of 5 systems in the first round, and alternatively what to do with either the construction or technology strategy cards in case you don't get the Warfare card. But first I want to talk about technology, and as I see it, there are 2 general technology paths you can go with Argent, and it's your playstyle that determines which one is right for you. Do you remember that during the setup of the game you had to pick 2 technologies? Well, for both technology paths I recommend that you get plasma scoring and Sarween tools. And even though Neural Motivator is a great technology to have because you get an extra action card during the status phase, I cannot see what other green technologies will help you out. So I would stay in red and yellow. The blue technology tree gives you extra mobility, but I don't think you really need that. But of course, if you have a blue technology skip planet, then you can always go for gravity drive, and then you can always get 1 extra unit into the battlefield if needed. So with these 2 starting technologies, you're getting closer to both of your faction technologies. The Strike Wing Alpha 2 requires 1 more red. And if you want to go for a few decent fleets using those destroyers with infantry and mechs on board, then you could go for self-assembly routines that will help you bring out your mechs on the board. And since these doesn't require any capacity on your destroyers, you can minimize your need for carriers. So if you prefer Warsons over destroyers, you can go for the AI development algorithm and then get the Warson unit upgrade. And a combination of Warsons and Strike Wing Alphas is pretty intimidating to most other players. No matter what path you choose to take, you should always get your other faction technology called the Array Hololattice, because it can prevent other players from flying through systems that contains your structures, even though they have lightweight deflectors. And of course the extra production you get from this technology is also good to have. So all in all, this is a great technology. And if one of the objectives about having structures on the board comes out, then of course this is a no-brainer to get. I think these are the most important technologies to have, So if you have extra resources, you can of course research a little bit more, or you can just build more fleets. And now I'll show you some alternative strategy cards in case you don't get the Warfare one. If you want, you can play as an expansionist and get 5 systems with the leadership strategy card, but be prepared to lose some of them again, as you cannot defend that many systems this early in the game. So this example is mostly for fun, but I mean that's also the reason why we play board games. So let me show you. You could, as your very first action, play the leadership strategy card to gain the 3 command tokens. 1, 2, and 3. And you can also spend 3 influence to buy 1 more from your home system. Then as your second action, you can move out here, gain control of one of the planets here. As your third action, you can move out here, your carrier, and 2 infantry. Then the green player probably plays the warfare strategy card, so you do the secondary of that. Spend 2 resources to build 2 more destroyers. And Sarween tools will give you a discount of 1. That's 2 more infantry. Then on our next turn, we can activate out here, move a destroyer and an infantry out there. And again, we can do the same on command. And as our last action, we can move 1 destroyer all the way out here and also move 1 more infantry. And in this way, we gain control of 5 systems in the first round, and that will give you a lot of resources and influence for the next round, which is awesome. Next, I will demonstrate how you can get a good first round with both the construction and the technology strategy cards. Maybe taking 5 systems in the first round is a little bit too risky for you, so let me show you some alternatives. With the construction strategy card, you can build your forward dock to give you more reach, but of course also increase your production limit. And you can start building your PDS network to protect your slice, and you can protect your home system even better when you get the arrow holder lattice, so that the other players cannot fly through planets with your structures on them. And if you take the technology strategy card, I will recommend getting self-assembly routines so that you can easily get your mechs out whenever you produce units. And this technology is also on the way to get your Strike Wing Alpha 2. And now I want to talk about why you want a Dreadnought faction to be one of your neighbors. Some of your favorite victims are the Barony of Lednev, the Embers of Muad, the Lysix Mindnet, or the Sardak Nor. And the reason for this is that they are either a Warzone or a Dreadnought faction, and those units got the sustained damage ability. And that's interesting because as the Argent Flight got the raid formation faction ability, when 1 or more of your units use anti-fighter barrage, for each hit produced in excess of your opponent's fighters, choose one of your opponent's ships that has sustained damage to become damaged. And it is important to note here that when you start a space combat, the very first step is anti-fighter barrage, and your opponent does not need to have any fighters in the space combat. You can still roll for anti-fighter barrage. And if you have upgraded the Strike Wing Alphas, and if you have unlocked your commander, you actually get to roll 4 dice on a 6 for each Strike Wing Alpha in the space combat. But note that you cannot use the raid formation to destroy those units, and you cannot play direct hit action cards either. So all in all, Argent Flight is one of my favorite factions to play. I really like the cheap fleets they built and the high mobility. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.